Drug day. Drug day cause devastation.
Let's look at Salon context. Later, we'll go into the International Day Against Drug. For Salon, waiting on the happening addressing the use of drug among young
For Salon, today we will celebrate the World Drug Day na New Englandville, na the new Scout Multi-Purpose Hall. That will begin around 10 o'clock. We will invite various speakers them, and even the one that we don't go through rehabilitation, who they call champions them, where they can talk to, fumble them, talk to the community. But as a nation, we all know the situation at Sierra Leone, especially in 2024, where this push business become one in this country, devastating communities them, disrupting families them. But remember, say back in April of 2024, President Bill declared a state of health emergency against drug and substance abuse. With that one day, we become with the formation of the National Task Force and Drug and Substance Abuse. We're headed by Professor Fodesa, who also happens to be a medical doctor. So since then, the National Task Force, of course, the NDLEA, now we mandated by parliament, by government, for oversee everything we get for do with drugs in this country. But at the height of the Kush pandemic in 2024, President Sifit say for approach this drug threat in a multi-sectorial way. So hence the formation of the task force by then. Inside the task force, you get the Ministry of Local Government, when then they lead the community engagement pillar. That is that they go within the communities, them, train drug, talk with the community, sensitize them, and go all over the country and all the other communities them.
Okay.
Me when they talk so, I mean they head in the law enforcement pillar. The law enforcement pillar, we own mandate now for disrupt the drug supply chain, dismantle the chains them. Because at the end of the day, anyhow we the tax force do, if we still get drugs, then we community them. They no mean nothing. So we own job now for go about for disrupt that chain, go after the suppliers them, the dealers them, the peddlers them, and then corner then our communities them.
So we see recently they do on the search on the spot check. And again, aside Kush, when are the other form of drug we they into use so things are rampant among young people? And because other people believe aside Kush, there are other drugs as well.
Of course. The drug trade it change from time to time. Right now, you get Kush.
Okay.
But again, another thing on the rise again, we don't subside right, but CC don't begin ACA back because of the constant clamping of Kush. Then a tramadol. You get tramadol, you get tramadol, you get gladi, you get different one way that they make that they have corner. But right now, really, the one who they go after more right now are Kush and tramadol. As soon as they see say from, I think in last year alone, we do drug destruction about 4 times. Then away the drugs the whole don't seize from the airport, Wataki, the border areas, them we can go to Toku headquarters, dig hole and burn them.
You earlier mentioned say the situation of Kush don't be on the reduce a bit, but now it don't be on the increase. So as we talk now, what's not the current state of drug abuse in the country? Particularly Kush.
I'll be honest with yourself, it's still serious. We'll not go say it did like how it did last year, 2024. Because last year, 2024, we don't reach the height really. Everybody be the see there's no sign of doing a free town where they drive, Kisi Road, all the other areas them. We don't go meet up them, but they link by themselves, they sleep by themselves, they nod, say some one for down the street. But now we agree with me, say inside the last 1 year, none of that one I know they see again. And that now as a result of the constant raid. Even then this year we'll go to the Kisisi Psychiatric Hospital. I'll give instruction. All the posts that we did around that area, they don't broke they all. And chase out the one because at the Kisisi Psychiatric Hospital, we also get a rehabilitation center there. But we can't get reports say people are still go hanging and they face them, they sell drugs or send drugs inside. So as a result, we don't dismantle all the place there around that area there.
The president inside 2024 will set up the National Task Force, with a multi-sectorial task force which comprises of different ministry, departments, and agency then for fight against substance abuse and other things then. And part of when you work, the enforcement pillar,
Yes.
na the task force. And one of the mandates na for say una dismantle the supply chain. As we talk now, we're not able to prosecute any of the suppliers or manufacturers of them bad drugs here.
As I talk, so they not reached the end of the cases there, but cases they didn't court. If you can remember recently, about a couple of months ago, there was a raid on at the east end of Freetonia, where we seized motorcar them, we seized different drug lab equipment them, machines them. That case they didn't court right now as I talk.
But the situation, according to you, is serious and the change still they continue.
When I say it's serious, it means we not forget ever take our eyes off the ball. Because you still, even yesterday, as I talk, yesterday I go celebrate World Drug Day with Milty Magai Social Work Department. And we get a function yesterday at the Funkia Godrich community. Inside that whole day, you will get over 50 picking away then go pool at the slum areas, then at that area. So it's still there. We still the fit and we don't get a lot of success as we go, but it's still there, we will not forget.
So in terms of una able identify outside area then they engage drug they will kill later destroy. What really make una able know it whether they involved in this chain of drug business?
The drug trade now secrecy. First of all, like what they go in their communities them. All the communities in this country, outside they picking they die of kush or they smoke, use other drugs them. Then communities that they know where they sell them. Because you get the people that they make and you get the people that they bring a come inside. But also you get them small or big man them, when they put on a pocket, put on a small bag them. No community that they where picking they don't smoke kush, where people that within that community they no say na Joe they sell or na Momo they sell. So that they constantly with any south go they tell us say we know when they smoke this thing, we know so now one left farm. Because honestly, the picking when they do them or the one they do is particularly the kush, they don't reach a point where they want left. But of course again that get for do with addiction. Hence the rehabilitation centers they all they create. But people they know them, so then they call on people them. You will suspect say Modu na that corner and that. They see the way they see they pull rapid they sell. Call 117 when we line.
So what about
Reach out to we will go after them.
the issue about destroying those drugs? The view can say is just a camouflage. They're not still enough for show any sign of serious approach in addressing the use of drugs. It don't affect plenty young people one way or the other. Now all man as alone, direct or indirectly, don't become affected of drug abuse because they together you want far away fumble where you know and saying picking don't involve pan drug and other things them.
Well, I don't think say pause anybody they will go really see don't think about the situation. You see fire on drugs, you see na camouflage. No camouflage.
Them?
We don't ban them. Because like last year alone, we bought millions of dollars worth of drugs. If you now remember the case where they catch people like when they bring explosives they come. Among that group they be load boku drug when they call capital load and air conditioner. You dey look and say na new air conditioner, but a drug full up. That drug alone was worth over $94 million. And then down in Syria they be pull out. Of course, not a drug where they use now. Doing research, you can't find out say that one great pill of that drug, the small packet, they sell it for $25,000. But that the more na Syria outside war, they will understand say now they produce and the war, but we they destroy them. Because the reason here is this. Drug get temptation, it get all sort of pool. So if you go capture a large amount of drugs, then you just left us, you still they expose the community. Then you see substance for less or man can just go begin sell back in the street. So now the reason that they make would they burn them.
Okay, continue for the between Nemna and Rujaya Kaikai, Executive Director, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. They tell you about things we agency another pattern they do for address the issue of drug na the country. Later inside the program, it will talk about the International Day Against Drug Abuse when at today June 26th. Inside the program now we look at another issue outside the General Authority Sovereignty for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, where they represent West Africa Presidency Second Council of Elder Isaac Morrison say the new intensive care unit and the equipment them where they do hand over to Komon-Tok Hospital Management are part of the commitment for support the health sector in the country. For more on this issue, let me listen to a reporter, Yeno Kabia.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints starts for the missionary work inside the 19th century. Inside they don't give spiritual teaching, we focus on Jesus Christ, promotes the Christian faith, supports family them. This church don't they give humanitarian support as they don't they build church them, support clean water projects them, give medical and food support and other one them. As way for continue this then work where they don't they do, make the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints don't go support the Komon-Tok Hospital for make back the intensive care units, ICU, and SAFE support this unit with medical equipments them.
For far too long, our intensive care unit, one of the most critical spaces in any hospital, and the only public ICU in the country, was struggling. With 2 wings, wing A was all we had, just 4 beds, overburdened and overstretched. Wing B was really used and only in emergencies or disasters. Equipment was inadequate. Oxygen flow was unreliable, and our patients, our fellow Sierra Leoneans, could not receive the kind of dignified, high-quality care they deserved. But today, that story changes.
You've been there listening to the hospital manager at the Komon-Tok Hospital, Dr. Ibrahim Makapua. We've been there talk about how the ICU units been there first and safe the challenge them where this units been gets. In carry on for talk about how the new ICU units where they don't make turn leg.
But today, that story changes. Thanks to the unwavering partnership with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, our ICU has been reborn, renovated from floor to ceiling, fire alarms installed for the first time, new modern windows, medical grade doors and furniture, toilet seats, washing basins, everything we built to standard. And for the first time in many years, we have high flow oxygen. That alone is a game changer. We are thrilled beyond words. More than that, this project comes with a life-saving arsenal of equipment, from patient and vital sign monitors for every bed, ECG machines, suction machines, defibrillators, and remarkably, an arterial blood gas analyzer, making Komon-Tok only the second public hospital in Sierra Leone.
Inside in your talk for sake of this support with Engi, the General Authority Sovereignty for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, where they represent Africa West Area Presidency, Second Chancellor, Elder Isaac Morrison, been talked about why they decide for support this hospital.
This project is a testament to our shared commitment to enhancing healthcare and saving lives. We are thankful for the opportunity to be your friends. As followers of the Savior Jesus Christ, we believe that each person is a child of God, making all of us brothers and sisters. In fact, a global family. As the main public referral hospital in Sierra Leone, you serve over 8 million people. You have impressively managed so well despite the limited resources. Your request for assistance was a chance for us to collaborate in supporting our brothers and sisters who live in this beautiful country. The teachings of our Savior, Jesus Christ, emphasize the importance of both spiritual and physical well-being. His ministry is not only spiritual edifications and teachings, but also filled with acts of healing.
In same way, so talk about how this support they in line with the work where he say they don't they do for long term now.
I am so excited to be part of this wonderful celebration. As a church, we follow the example of Jesus Christ to do good. The Savior went about doing good, blessing the lives of people, both spiritually and temporally. Now, as we saw the need here in this hospital, we felt impressed to be able to partner with the hospital to improve the healthcare delivery of the ICU. This, our humanitarian effort, is not just a charity, but we feel it is a duty that we have to help our brothers and sisters to alleviate their suffering.
But waiting this support mean for government and self the change where this go bring come na the Connaught Hospital. The acting Minister of Health, Professor Charles Senesi, been get this for say.
The refurbishment of the intensive care units by the Church of the Latter-day Saints is complementary to what the Minister of Health is doing, and it also shares the broader vision of excellence in the President in the area of human capital development, especially in the health sector, to make sure we have a healthy population that can contribute meaningfully to the development of this country. I can confidently say that we now have a biomedical engineering unit within the Ministry of Health responsible for maintenance of all our equipment across the facilities in the country. Not only maintenance, we are training biomedical engineers in this country, and the first cohort we have already started. So we are very confident that we have the maintenance unit, our training personnel to take those units.
Professor Charles Senesi end up thank you to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for the support where they don't give to this hospital. And self say then go put special monitoring system in place for say then go to check on the hospital management for use this unit for the right purpose. For Radio Democracy, Kabiari reports.
The program, now Good Morning Salon, and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. The program, they continue, and we take one power headlines to read them. The senior advisor to the Commissioner General of the National Revenue Authority, Ibrahim Suri Kamara, don't confirm, say, the Anti-Corruption Commission, they investigate about 147 million were lost now the Custom Department at the National Revenue Authority. Ibrahim Suri Kamara talk this way, is one interview with Radio Democracy, also if they talk about the thing them way the National Revenue Authority they do for make people tap for take couple where NRA they collect for the country. They talk more inside this interview to Mange Mansare.
He called say sometime in March, I've been doing an interview by the director of the Commissioner General for explaining measures and how everything NIA they do for improved revenue collection. In that time they will bring out about 21 action points. One of the points that we have made clear in the interview is the fact that there are discrepancies between waiting the Asikola system when our customs show as against what the bank the report. Those are one of the issues and we've been identified as one of the revenue shortfall areas. So at the time we discovered some amount of money the way Asikola captured the payments of various taxes and customs, but the bank statement only showed that money there. So we don't set up a thing to investigate that amount there at the time. Maybe about 147 millions. We pick up as a result of we normal reconciliation work we can do. So this is the issue with at hand. We as part of we ways of addressing our set up a team for look at that.
Somebody will say this money we don't lose. The one we just call not to the first time it don't happen. Somebody will say NRA get for be blamed.
I would say the 147 billion will be identified at the time. What we do as NRA and for say how can we do a system review of what caused that kind of lapse. Because generally as long as the revenue collection institution, there are times even when we feel say we don't do best in terms of setting up all the systems and automate the system, you get some players them both within the NRA and outside. Would they work now for purely look into any possible areas that we then able for include into. So because of we administrative proactiveness, we're able to discover that gap there. So we set up an internal investigation team. We currently don't do the work for investigate how this happened, then waiting we need for put into place, who are they involved and how can we get that into book and for ensure so we close that gap there fully. So definitely internal investigations we don't almost complete and we don't identify some leakages within the functional area of the Asikola system. So in the staff the way we basically involve about disciplinary action against them by sending on interdiction, then definitely now we don't also get into the bank them. For there we quantify the total loss. The command we are not only going to look at 1.7 billion, we're going to look at a period of time and maybe it could be more than that day or not. So basically we now process will take some time. So we don't look at them then, but for there we put a stop to that day way, we don't begin to take disciplinary actions against staff them, and we also don't get a complete systems review. We probably will even discover more leakages within the system where we put it under control. So and that's one of the reasons why even the senior management and board look at alternative ways. Firstly, for improve on the controls in the system. Secondly, for say how can we upgrade and bring and other methods or systems that will make the controls more proactive and robust.
Who then are the workers there? We involve, we are the suspects say that they actually involved in this thing.
For now, we all don't see from public notice release that we get one worker away during the process of investigation. We didn't get for item to the police for the explanation, but unfortunately, we end up going away. So now that don't show clearly say he has hands in that kind of operation. So basically, we don't dismiss him because he abandoned duty within over 12 working days, and according to the Tax and Cultural Service of the NRA, somebody absent from work for 10 days is supposed to lost their job. So the investigation will go on, and even the staff that will handle the system on a day-to-day basis, that entire line they are processing part, we don't get it all off from job. So whilst we look at in details, looking at all the implications of the actions in, where we're not saying they are guilty of anything for now, because thank God now the system, and not all the internal investigations go on, we also get that culture don't come in for helping in the investigation. So with time we will get the full report on all of that. But basically, whenever anything happens in NRA, the first attempt we can do now for set up internal disciplinary and internal investigation team. They'll see how we can handle that. Then we won't get enough evidence now. We can take action both administratively, they'll take them to the other level of getting and the other enforcement agencies to come on board for address them. So that's what we're doing. So the staff them, with one staff now way, they won't dismiss the other one away, you know, show by conduct. Now Abu Bakar and Kamara. For now, it don't show clearly because he's not seen. You don't abandon duty, we'll not reach him, it don't disappear just by inviting him as part of the investigations that we will carry out. But again, for there, we also make sure say the one the way they operate the system and any of the way that the processing path will probably give rise to that kind of discrepancy due to whatever, how they were handling their jobs. Basically, we don't set them aside. So the investigation now will prove whether they are really involved or not. Internally, we got enough facts where we support the anti-corruption investigation, and definitely we want to tell the public that any parties will end up for track and to being a party to this investigation, including the banks, including even staff and any other player. And the system definitely will take full action for recover, then plus any other costs involved in the entire process. Now, so we work on ensuring that all systems interface. So, and even the level of integration and the level of reconciliation they do, then they will help for pick out that 147 day. So more work is ongoing, more events take place, more investigation activity to go on, and of course also be helpful for digging the matter deeply. So as time to go on, we will always inform the public on developments around that line. If we don't forget more discoveries of this, we make a known to the public, and we will get a lot of machines for recover those monies plus any penalty and any other cost of the investigations we will incur.
That now the senior advisor to the Commissioner General and the National Revenue Authority, Ibrahim Suri Kamara, they talked to Mange Mansare inside the interview and confirmed say the Anti-Corruption Commission, they investigate but 147 million millions were lost now the Custom Department and the National Revenue Authority. The program now Good Morning Salon and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Now not time for take a break inside the program. After that, we'll come and continue with the program.
You are with Union Dream House. When Tax Salon Micro City go build, you are with Union Okada. Get your business money, young generator, or with powerful smartphone. Well, now you $10 reach so. Inside the Afrisel Jubilee Jumbo promotion, you go get chance for win big with Afrisel.
From now till December 2025, every day, Jubilee Jumbo promotion, they give out 2,500 cash prize as winning. Every week, one lucky Afrisel subscriber they win either one Okada, one generator, one smartphone, or 25,000 new loans from Afrisel.
For crown all this, every week, one Afrisel subscriber they qualify for the grand draw. Also, Afrisel they give one massive new house when a Tax Salon Micro City go bill as the grand prize to the grand winner. Now this official call Jubilee Jumbo Promotion.
For take part by this promotion easy. Just top up 25 millions and you will get one chance. Top up 25 millions with Afri money and you will get double chance. The more you top up, the more chance you will get for win.
This show go dey live every Mondays to Fridays, 6 o'clock evening time, na AYV TV, Star TV, FTN, Classic TV Nabo, Africa Salon Facebook page, Afri Radio 105.3, and all other major radio stations right across the country. What you dey wait for? Africa Jubilee Jumbo don come for turn your dreams to reality. Don't forget say, for qualify, just top up 25 million with AfriCell and get one chance. With Afri money, you will double your chances. Top up now and win your house with AfriCell Jubilee Jumbo Promotion.
Na salon, we believe say for go before, na something where we all dey join and build. Now that make the United States they continue for join with the people and government of Salon, planting that we go better with today and tomorrow. We they join for sober well body business and for tap sick them where they threat in the world like malaria. We they build the corp of business where we put money inside, buy and sell, and partner with America business them. We they make the tomorrow better where we train the young one them and give them opportunity for land. Through the US, then Land Book and Master Sabi exchange, we they get more sense on how for join and sense for lead. Where we join for work, we also will get strength for go before, like partner them. Bill, go before.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue from them break and they come over to a studio guest winner Andrew Jaya Kai, Executive Director National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, where they talk about waiting they don't need to for address the issue of drug abuse and addiction, and later we will talk about the International Day Against Drug Abuse winner today June 26. Over to you, Mr. Kai. You don't talk about burning of some drugs and other thing them, but aside then thing then the winner the specific things where the agency don't do for really go into the issue of addressing drug abuse and addiction.
Well, remember, I say I begin to know this is not just about the NDLEA now.
Okay.
We all know the mandate of the NDLEA, but because of the seriousness of the situation in the last one or 2 years, we get a national task force on drug and substance abuse. That national task force, they don't talk several times. You get five different pillars. You get the treatment and rehabilitation pillar, which are one of the most important one, and because they deal with the rehabilitation of the victims them. Because remember I say in the last 1 year, we know they arrest nobody again because there's no kush. Because presidency for treat them as victims. So when they go into the communities, them remove them from them communities, then they bring them come through social welfare, put them in rehabilitation. When they've done the rehabilitation program and treatment, reintegrate them back into society.
Okay.
Then you get the community engagement pillar, whether they led by the Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Communication. Then the treatment pillar again led by the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
We National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, we and the police and the army, as I talk right now, I get a small contingent of both NDLA, police and soldier based in OSD headquarters. We now from there we launch raids them all across Freetown and the surroundings there.
The last year host you now the same Good Morning Salon, you state certain things and clear say addressing the issue of drug abuse and addiction comes with a lot of responsibility and support. Things that you consider as enable way for make you able to do your work. You talk about staff, you mentioned vehicle challenge, where you say not get for move around within the city, let alone out of the city. From that time to now, I would describe the agency in capacity of handling the issue of drug abuse and addiction. Una don't begin get the things away from me able to do now work.
Small.
Waiting don't come board right
we
now.
don't begin get small. Like the staff, of course, staff strength don't go now from 12 staff to about 28.
Okay.
That is the go on. As I tell you the contingent of the team we station at OSD headquarters will get one police truck who they use we now they go all around it. So things that they can change.
My colleague asked you earlier on say waiting the agency don't they do for address the issue of drug abuse in the country. When you look at the National Drug Law Act of 2008, part of our mandate now for CCA will provide the control and prevention of abuse of narcotic drugs in the country. You get apart from kush, we don't do on the rampant. You get other drugs as well. We also don't do on the increase. We talk of the tramadol, we talk of the ecstasy and other things. Then again, what the agency don't they do for address the current situation of drug abuse in the salon?
The current drugs that we really you get the kush, then you get it as I talk just now. Right now they seize a lot of tramadols them. Lot of tramadols them. Most of the recent seizures them. Now both the airport, Wataki, now tramadol. Even day before yesterday, we arrested somebody again at Lunge Airport, a female passenger will be the carry in a cocaine be the cargo. But cocaine we all know is not widely used in the streets them or in the slum areas there because it's very expensive. After cocaine, the other way a bit more expensive. All they realize see that they use that in nightclub them or that ecstasy. You remember, I think a year or so ago, me and the other police officer over the top of ecstasy. By then, it was sold at 80 news. So it's very, very expensive. But I then club them more with the rate, and then they get the one that day. Then the tramadol. Tramadol, we don't realize it because of the crackdown at the airport and the other areas them. Now more on the border areas them, then boots them that they try for bring tramadol in. Then say would they arrest a lot of them and how they arrest them and so they burn them.
Okay. President will set up the task force for CRBS that can combat drug abuse in the country. But again, the issue of capacity building, the last time we get here, the issue of capacity building or institutional support don't be of concern. Is it that the president set up the task force because things say the NDLA not be able for perform a duty in terms of addressing drug business in the country?
No, not of the reason that we make president come up with the task force. President come up with the task force because in the president, and we all really, all the comrades with the people that are affected with drugs, no say not one agency will combat the situation we don't reach.
But on a mandate for address drug abuse.
Now a mandate for address, but when it don't reach the kind of level we don't reach, president in the wisdom through cabinet come up with the national task force. Declare a state health of emergency.
Okay.
Like today, World Drug Day, the theme of this year are breaking the chains. NDLA alone as an agency cannot break the chains. We need the communities there. We need the church leaders there. We need the imams there. We need the mosques. We need the church. We need other prayer groups them. Everybody for community organizers, the parents them, the schools them, everywhere. So that a multi-sectorial approach. Okay. That make president do not for saying because he wants to fight the agency or not. Now for make the report big.
Okay, and Jack, I continue for the which we still on the issue they look at today on drugs. Some people they na Kobe community don't call on government for medical support as then say the issue of drugs don't damage them and the well body one. Then people are make this calling so interview to Radio Democracy as then we talk to Elizabeth Mansari.
Well, me not kush can. Well, this kush for the day if I not take her, they make I feel weak, my bone in the heart, and they really affects me bad because I know they will do nothing in life or else I go feel okay, I go feel good, my bone all loose for me. So now so this year they act for me bad. For me it's because sick, feel sick, no. Mostly na stress back and bad party. It's me inside this. Let's one tell government to collect we don't have for smoke the kush. Yes, I hold this and I make the pull money back for smoker. If they able stop parallel for go gladdy.
Me also na a victim to this kush. The way how it affects me so, like me so, and it affects me bad really. If I not smoke them, I feel like as if na malaria. I'm able for move on top the side way I grab as the side where I sleep na net. For grab the I like na bed I sleep inside room self. I'm able for wake. I grab active one, except a smoker. And as a smoker, it can be to say, I get zeal and energy, I able for work. All and they show for say, I don't addicted, used to now, they control me health right now. So for the health side, if they're able to provide a free medical attention for we as a government, because me, I believe in the government of Salone, because after God, our government. So I dey beg the government for put things in place for free health care, for flush out this to all. Then this coach don't make my family they neglect me. This coach don't make I don't lose respect. Labor are expensive. Imagine 10 million, but with the crowd up. Not only no more. Me can't let me swallow the smoke and burn for the day it's more than 10.
Gox here, we don't passive, they make you safe. We got no money, we don't get the weak push. See this pusher, they don't get any money, say the weak. You don't feel for good again. Hey, smoke, you feel for good again, bing. I saw this pusher. When you see this pusher, everyone will say it is not the pusher. You thief, you come on and they do all kinds of this pusher. They make you come to the area, they die. Somebody gets so full, somebody die. Like one party who complete, they didn't have connotes, they let all in. And it's true, they're able to take care of them. I saw they see this soon and see that they pass them. Come for this thing anymore. See this pusher, man, it's so far away. You go, but man, you go, don't go off. They will say, one man, we push out the country for we. All what are they don't cut down just now, we they cry for them.
Come on, see no more, me company the take no more. Me back a inside, I begin to take the work. They get from school by people because what say we may not know how it's in the Canada country, but we get different. But we don't know side peddlers and they can go get some, but we through the peddlers and I don't can go get some. Now they tell the Papa governments and always so no go able to stop all things in the country, but when they minimize them for we the people because we made this. It will affect we the youth man and tomorrow.
We go per life road no be the go thief, go take people, go touch business street. All level and they make you go into the hotel and they make if you go sunshine self, they get video. People and street sunshine they smoke and say they nobody say they smoke. They get video, no encourage you because of why the push they make man not be going to find condition. Dirty, come on and sit dirty, go and pick na gutter. Some man go and pick and run, then go and take them bad east on a street, so them bad sick on a street, bad paddy, gamble, all kinds of gamble back, we play gamble, it make it a kind of bad life. I will seek bad life, you can call me body, don't tell me for go die. But I tell God, thank you, God make I book up, I will make out back. And then at the area for so because the kush, they but kush side they sell. That's almost one old salon they sell kush. Remember, I tell Papa government, tell you what to say. But then to make like this push out come on at the country because of why? Still you're going to see you're going to say. I'm not glad because of why the push not good. They lead man into bad condition.
Inside the interview day, you just listen to some people we tap Nakobe, young people we don't become addicted to the use of kush and other bad drug. Then where they make a call to government for help. Then they talk to Elizabeth Mansari inside the interview day. Now we go for a break.
We're trendy and youthful, we're UBA.
You na government or private workman? You want buy land for build your dream house? You want buy motor car? Or now you picking and school fees you want for pay? You want for furnish your apartment or want settle urgent medical bill? Sometimes you want travel. Well, no worry. UBA get you back with the UBA No Wahala loan. We go make you get loan as low as 5,000 and as high as 1 million in New Year's. You don't need for worry about any collateral. Once you dey work past 6 months, now any government office, international NGO or any institution where the bank recognize inside them loan portfolio, you go get the opportunity for pay them small with sweet timeline. We're now up to 4 years with no wahala. Oh yes, UBA No Wahala loan don't come for you. Loan will go give you peace of mind. So what do you wait for? Just reach for the sky with no wahala. UBA, Africa's global bank. One brand, partnering for progress.
Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, You will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, will send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper is safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 million loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
The program Good Morning Salon will continue from that break day, where they bring you in studio guest and Rujaya Kaikai. Mr. Kaikai, before go for the break, you listen to concern of young people and where they Nakube community outside they raise concern of how drug abuser make they don't be victim and also make a call and state say the issue of accessing kush they also where me say plenty people involved para way they sell them. Waiting a review on them concern and they listening to the one who would already be a victim of drug abuse.
You know, when they listen to them picking and they as they talk, me don't they do it now over 2 years almost now. You have to break. Because they pick here, anyhow you look at them, now they're not the future of this country. When they talk about fit salon, what are they fit Sierra Leone? Now the youth them, the young ones them. But if they all they die or they sick from this kush and other drugs them, then the country get problem. One of the things, first thing I will tell the Krube community, we get a then that 117 number. When the number anyway established by the tax force in case they need help or any other thing. But as I don't listen to the recording just now, myself will liaise with the treatment and rehabilitation pillar. We done through the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Social Welfare, under the National Tax Force. As I've been talked earlier, since the establishment of the tax force, the treatment and rehabilitation pillar, led by Ministry of Health, Ministry of Social Welfare, they don't treat over 2,500 individuals. When they don't receive psychological first aid treatment, they don't receive psychosocial care, because at the Ministry of Social Welfare, they get a one-stop center where they appeal back to the one they on the radio, where they register from that Krube community. They can also report now the Ministry of Social Welfare, the one-stop center. Since then, we don't graduate over 309 clients them from the PMTC, now Hastings rather, now the first rehabilitation center. As I talk right now, we don't get rehabilitation center again at Godam and Abu for the south. The first batch day in that rehabilitation center as I talk. So the next one again, would establish another one at Daru. We will serve the southeast, then again McKinney.
So in this line of establishing more rehabilitation center, it clear say the issue of drug abuse and young people become addicts, they far from addressing.
No, not they far from addressing.
Because when the rehabilitation more center is like when they expect say more people, young people get more involved.
Remember, I say Israel is a population of over 8 million people. So now we get four rehabilitation centers that we try for. We need more than that. All across the country, every district, whether now they deal with kush or not, forget rehabilitation center in the case something like that they happen.
The young people in Akrobe are victim already of drug abuse, say selling of kush and other drug them they all say na the country. In some cases, aside this other interview, some man even say not to say the one way they involved, they don't know themselves. Una know the one they were involved in selling kush to this young youth of the country.
As head of the law enforcement pillar of the tax force, anybody who know would they arrest.
And you never know anybody.
No, would they arrest them? I don't go say I know anyone.
No, you don't ever know anybody, and that's not the question.
I don't understand by what you mean.
You said anybody wanna know they arrest them.
Yes,
so my question is
anybody in the community report to we, they will get intelligence because heavy intelligence led effort. As we now say this person, Moses get lab or Moses they sell, Moses is going to be arrested and prosecuted.
When you listen to the Vox Populi play, one of the concerns are the issue of free medical care from the young people them we don't take kush. And you mentioned say part of the rehab process when they provide medical support to their people them here. But how sustainable the health facility or the health care system when they provide for the young people as we don't already they into drug addiction? How sustainable it be?
Addiction I think we hard for break. Even at the first world countries, they're very hard to break. Addiction very serious. So not only one thing where you just they go into rehabilitation, you commodity. Then therefore they get psychosocial counseling, psychological counseling. Now the only way down the way they go, where they not go relapse.
Even after we they go down commodity.
Even after we don't commodity, they need monitoring. They need positive for put their eye on them. Would they appeal to the communities?
Yes,
we they do. Yes, we they monitor them. Ministry of Social Welfare to do that.
Because you talk about addiction, and when you talk about addiction, if they come out from the center and return back to the place beside this drug business or drug deal take place, definitely tendency there for make them go back into which they be done into the monitoring exercise. How strong it be for CC na break that addiction from them?
The monitoring part very strong. Now that make the law enforcement pillar when now they deal with arrest, seizure, and dismantling of the drug chains. Then we look a key and very important because, for example, if you get a community where they don't infested with drugs, peddlers, then they're all over the place. Then you take 10 people in another community, there, go clean and rehabilitate them. If they come back into that same community, they meet the situation as it was. Then they relapse. Then they go back into that. So they work very hard for prevent that one day. As I talk, from last year to now, we get over 198 former victims them who will now reintegrate back into society. Some of them go back to school, colleges, universities, some of the land trade as I talk right now.
So now we don't emphasize the role of everybody in terms of addressing the issue of kush. Let's start from the home. When are the role of them for ensure say then self play their own parental responsibility, let them picking all let lows do through peer pressure or something way later not going to be tangible excuse for letting become involved into drugs, starting from the home.
Thank you very much. I like that question. You know, I will just use that question and roll back into the theme of this year, World Against Substance Abuse Day we'll get today.
Okay, go ahead.
Breaking the chains. I been talking earlier, breaking the chains, not to just government. Everybody get for be involved. But it starts with the parent. You and a parent will get picking when they go to school, picking in a house where they college or around. Now your responsibility. Government will do anything government able to do. But government can never succeed without the parents then, without the families then, without the connections the way they within that community there. So you parents won't be small and we get one to when they talk say open your like mountain fat food. You and a parent open your like mountain fat food by you picking them. Because drug addiction, one of the things they spread and peer pressure, school picking them. So you and a parent always monitor you picking them. Whose side did they go? Whose kind of party where they hang out with? That is start from the home. It starts from the home, going into the schools, but even the schools them cannot be effectively deal with their issues here without the involvement of the parent there. So that make the parent and the home very, very important to deal with drugs.
So what about the role of picking them for letting them understand and not say peer pressure not for lead them to even the first step or start of taking drug because from the first start they always lead or become an addiction.
Then they go straight to what they call the prevention aspect of drug control issues. Because the your first goal now for make sure say the one they will not begin it, let them not touch them. Hence, would they get sensitization at communities them. Under the task force, the local government, and even the NDLA, we all partner together, go into communities them, talk to them, pick there, warn them about peer pressure, warn them about the party they will not for hang out with, the areas they will not for go. But prevention is key. Prevention is better than way would they go begin treating in a rehabilitation center. So now make not even as I tell you right now, Friday as a day, when they go out to all communities them, we didn't warn them about the dangers of drug and substance abuse.
But I think it be the consistent message or on a format of continuing for inform people, especially community where vulnerable, where you always really go consider as us hotspot of more young people involving in drugs.
Then when you get drug prevention advocates there who they train.
Okay.
Because the community get for take ownership. Like one community, the Oloshoro community na Moriton. We get a meet them for one program na Brookfield Hotel. Then the other time I invite them na NDLA office for meet with them. Even as this past Sunday, that Oloshoro community with the councillor Zainab, they get a meeting there. Because the community get for involved. You get the parents them, then you get the community who say this may happen. If the community take ownership and partner with government, partner with who they do the work, we will succeed.
Okay, continue for the with and Ujaya Kaikai, name Executive Director, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We don't take, we listen and we are them through waiting the agency with other partners they don't do for address the issue of different drug, them we don't affect young people in the country. Later inside the program, you will talk about the International Day Against Drug Abuse when at June 26. Inside the program now they go for a break.
Kano Immigration and Visa Services is your best service provider to travel to Canada on study, work, or pleasure. We can facilitate your visa process, work permits, express entry program, family sponsorship, Canadian school admissions, Canadian citizenship, self-employed persons program, and many more. Come to us at 28 Walpole Street, Siaka Stevens Street, Freetown, or reach us via email at info@canoimmigration.com or there 075-143-299. For more information, go to www.canoimmigration.com. We are at your service.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Ed's Allied, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. The button done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. Delivering well.
May I have your attention, please? Are you planning your next trip? Think Air Sierra Leone. If you're looking to travel to London or Lagos stress-free, visit us now, number 2123 Siaka Stevens Street, Freetown. Air Sierra Leone flies directly between Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, as well as from Freetown to Lagos. 30,000 feet above the clouds, AirSL flies so high, departing from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. sharp from the Freetown International Airport. With ticket price, then we go fit your pockets. Book today. Now flysierraleone.com. For get quick chats with one of our attendants, call +232 90-838-071. Connecting Sierra Leone to the world. Fly with ease. Air Sierra Leone, our flag, our future.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and we will look at another issue inside the program we get for do with drug abuse in the country. The coordinator for the National Task Force for Drug and Substance Abuse, Professor Fodesa, say inside last year the task force be able to transfer over 2,000 young people then from drug addiction through the rehabilitation center. Professor Fodesa talked this in an interview with Radio Democracy for sake of the International Day Against Drug Abuse, when at today June 26. A talk more to we reporter Sonia Bell inside this interview.
When the president established the task force last year, they gave certain mandates for make sure say as a task force for that we work with all the various pillars, ministries, agencies for how we work together for drive for control the drug abuse, especially kush. So since that time, we established the task force into various pillars. One, we have community engagement pillar, where the Ministry of Local Government and the leader for going to the community and educate people. Then will get the public information and risk communication pillar, with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education and the leader for actually messages, radios, and television jingles. There will get care and treatment, will be some health and the leader particular one. There will get the rehabilitation and reintegration pillar, with Ministry of Social Welfare, Ministry of Youth, and Ministry of Technical Education, and then the leader. Then law enforcement, aimed at actually clamp down on all the drug chain supply.
Okay, so in the aspect of the rehabilitation center, what is going to happen at this rehabilitation center?
This one is led by the Minister of Social Welfare. The Minister of Social Welfare they don't do tremendously well, because he even starts to operate a rehab center even before His Excellency the President declared kush as national emergency. So after the declaration now, it does seamlessly come for work with the National Task Force, and then we continue for admit patients at the rehab center at Hastings. We don't admit over 2,900 patients then. We don't go through that process. Then, as I speak now, we still get people then at Hastings. They will not establish a new center at Budama, who instead of about 50 patients then day. Then another center they will establish at the eastern part of Sierra Leone, Daru. And so hopefully in the next 1 or 2 weeks, it will be operational for admit patients then. They will work with the people in Bombali for make sure to establish another center in Bombali. So we don't do a lot since the establishment of the task force.
Okay, so in this task force rehabilitation center, after this rehabilitation center, because the relapse of drugs, men are the most essential part of it all. So like, what now they do towards that force? You say then people they are will not don't discharge then center they are no go back to these drugs. What's the thing una can do and what's una can engage them with after the center?
Yes, the whole process itself is a continuum of care. We identify the people, then you bring them into rehab center. When you provide rehab center, you go make sure you reintegrate them into society. So the Ministry of Social Welfare work very closely with the Ministry of Technical Education, then with the Ministry of Youth Affairs, because like the last cohort of people that would then graduate from the rehab center, over 60% of them were from universities and secondary schools. So they try to make sure the one that want them to go to school, we encourage them and make the platform for them to go back to school. The one that want to university, they go back to university. The one that want them to learn skills or you don't learn skills, they make sure they arrange a platform for you to make sure you learn some trade. And Minister of Social Welfare, they get a database of all the people that come out to this rehab center, and they work with the various ministries and agencies there for make sure let people engage them. Definitely, I agree with you. The relapse rate is very high, even in the best of places, So we therefore make sure we continue for engaging people then so that they will go back to this drug intake.
Okay, so now we go now to the area of law enforcement. So how do they go about to enforce and implement the law they are way on the put against this, especially for the one where they sell this crucial so because then plenty in the community there. Because you watch someone there in the hide because you don't need to open again, but then still they sell them. What's not some of the measures they want to put in place?
Yes, as I say, we coordinate, and one of the pillars that the law enforcement pillar, where the National Law Enforcement Agency and they lead that pillar. They work with the police, they work with the military, they work with the ONS. So they don't work. I will make sure they identify who side they selling drugs them. They identify when they bring their drugs into the country. And since we don't start this operation, they don't do a lot of work. I should say sometime last year there is news of seizures of large quantities of drugs when they bring into the country where we want them Hastings. So a continuous process, and the people when they take the drugs, who they treat as criminals, they consider them as victims. And one day where they bring the drugs them, and I sure say the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the police, the military, the ONS, they do a very good job, and they will continue for clamp down on them because they are the source of the drug into the country.
Okay, so as they commemorate the World Drugs day. So waiting on the message you want send out there to young people there and other people that way they into drugs.
Definitely, drugs not good. With the new Minister of Youth Affairs, as I say, don't come with a lot of energy for make sure say they work with the youth there for take them out of this particular behavior. So we just want to tell all man say the next 10 youths them, you can be the next minister, you can be the next professor, you can be the next medical doctor, you can be the next president. So if you don't destroy yourself, this country never will get anything for point at in the years to come. Because if we don't destroy youth then the youth then are supposed to take over from we or from the current things then. So if the youth then they don't destroy themselves, that means they will not get the country. So therefore they appeal to everybody, all the youth then for say, yeah, get away from drugs. Drugs are good for you.
Professor Fudisa, National Coordinator for the National Task Force for Drug and Substance Abuse. You talked to reporter Sonia Bell inside the interview and say, inside last year, the task force will be able to transform over 2,000 young people then from drug addiction to the rehabilitation center. The program Good Morning Salon, continues, sir.
Inside the program now, they bring in Andojaya Kaikai, where they can talk about the International Day Against Drug Abuse, we today June 26th, and this day country them they use for raise awareness and get a call to action for ensuring them promote prevention, ensure access to treatment. And the theme breaking the chains, prevention, treatment, and recovery for all. For Salon, Mr. Kaikai, what's this day really mean for Salon in addressing the issue that affect young people and now in drug abuse and addiction?
Thank you very much. As you say, in this December 7 of 1987, the UN General Assembly established June 26 as the World Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The theme for this year now breaking the chains. The reason why UN they decide that for get a particular day in the year, not only for celebrate drug use, but now for remind international communities there, remind countries there, remind communities them of the danger of drug and substance abuse. As I talk now, we will even get ECOWAS Parliament being there in Sierra Leone from Monday the 23rd to yesterday the 25th of June. The ECOWAS parliamentarians that they go among the ECOWAS countries them for engage the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency them and government institutions them for see how we as ECOWAS within we own sub-region we all will come together, collaborate and work together with all the agencies them. So this day is a day of reminder of the dangers of drugs, but more importantly, that countries them for come together. And this day also they remind the world say the one way they use drugs not to criminalize them, but instead for focus on health based approaches for help the way they use drugs. So every year the UN Office on Drugs that they come up with the theme. So this year team are breaking the chains. They talk about prevention, they talk about treatment and others. Breaking the chains, as you one of the questions the earlier way asked me, it starts from the home. It starts from the home, the parents them, from the home into the neighborhood, the community, the schools, then at a national level. So then like today, for example, Sierra Leone, we don't wait for celebrate this day. We get a program now, the New Scout Multipurpose Center na New England near Unanaya. Around 10 o'clock, we all go gather there. We will bring bring people there, like the champions them, the one that we don't go through the rehabilitation centers them, we now they in the community, we be don't integrate back into schools and things like that. They all go there today. For can talk on the dangers of drugs and what we need to do as a country, as a community.
Okay, continue for the with you and Ojaya Kaikai. Inside the program now, they look at another issue. Outside the National Secretary General for the All People's Congress Party, Lansana Doumbia say APC no go agree for the proportional representation system inside the next election. I talk this in our meeting with party stakeholder member them na parliament. We talk about tripartite recommendation 78. We talk about national dialogue for decide for using district proportional representation system or first past the post system for parliamentary and local election them. For more on this issue, let me listen to reporter Al-Aji Jallo.
Recommendation 78. Now the tripartite report, they talk about building new electoral system where this now how government and then partner them go come together for CC. They look inside the country electoral system where this make plenty concern them. Don't they come out from different institutions them like the All People's Congress Party for sake of the PX system where the Electoral Commission be used inside the 2023 general election. But the way how things they happen, it's like say the same system now one way one continue. Now for sake of this, make the All People's Congress Party all press conference with journalists them for talk about the PX system and waiting them as party think say good for the country electoral system. Where in the talk, the opposition whip na parliament, Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, say the PX system now one we don't embark young people for take part for politics.
If you use a PR system, you dey deprive the young people from go into politics. Take for example, Gambia will be commode. If na PR, anybody who want to be candidate need for canvas all the 10 chiefdoms of the district. So if you are a practicing nurse, a teacher, within a particular chiefdom, you don't serve them people and they from when you young. Say you don't 40 years now that you dey serve. And the people think say because you don't serve them, you are a better representation. So let us say you can parliament, you not go get that opportunity there because the people of Mambolo don't serve you. And if you decide for go to the area, then the politics will be very expensive for young people. So with the PR system, now people will establish their political parties that then get advantage for represent districts and not the one the way the people they want.
As recommendation 78 now the tripartite report provide national dialogue for make the country decide for use the PR system or the first past the post system for the country in general election them, where this make the deputy leader one for the All People's Congress Party in parliament, Honorable Daniel Kuruma, say from the term whether for all the national dialogue for choose the system where the country get for use per election up till now, nothing not happy eight.
This national dialogue, the person who will take the lead now government of Sierra Leone. That is one. Two, the timeline for this national dialogue as to which type of electoral system for use now 2025. And we are almost at the end of first half of 2025. Nothing has been done up to now. By January 2026, this should no longer be an issue. We will sort out in this year 2025. That is one. Two, by the provisions of the constitution, we know they're not two electoral system. Now one single electoral system we get. We captured by section 38 of the 1991 constitution. The constitution was drafted and passed by parliament in 1991. The first democratic election we will get was in 1996. So during this 1996, the single provision that was captured in 1991 was the first past the post system, constitution system. And nobody did.
We in the talk, the National Secretary General for the All People's Congress Party, Lansana Doumbouya, say them as party no go agree for the PR system.
The All People's Congress Party rejects the continued imposition of proportional representation system as the basis of our electoral democracy. We firmly advocate for the restoration of the constituency-based electoral system, which is the constitutionally provided electoral system, and which is also the most democratic, transparent, and constitutionally sound method for electing members of parliament and fostering true representation. The constituency-based system ensures that every elected member of parliament is directly answerable to a specific geographic community. It fosters a clear, traceable link between the voter and the elected representative, making it easier for the citizen to hold their MPs accountable.
Lansana Doumbouya continues to say the APC party will work with the 1991 constitution for say people vote for other than one we go represent in a parliament.
With PR, there are no constituencies, only districts. This means no sense of ownership, no local development accountability, no pressure on MPs to deliver. It breeds absenteeism and detachment as there is no constituent to answer to. The APC will not relent in this fight to restore true representation and uphold the Constitution. Let it be known our democracy is not for sale. Our votes are not for manipulation, and our people will not be silent, and we will not tolerate this kind of process where some people feel that they are living in a dictatorship.
Lansana Doumbouya end up say the PR system don't have plenty young people for take part for politics where this not good for the country in democracy, for the society, for radio democracy. Me, na Alaji Jalo, the report.
Well, from that report today, the program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and inside the program now, nothing follow listen to Daddy Walkabout.
Another morning again, I say, toss the man, I say, toss the, I say, fumble, I say, Timonia di mami, I say, Timonia di mami, I say, Kroatia, I say, di mami no glad di man, I say, no glad you. For the long generation election, I say, no glad you. I say, in fact, you don't share now, say, Uncle Bullet. I said that for put food mask in tight mine. I say, I said this guy bad of war. I say that you know. I'm person they tell me say what about to say you know say Panda women's leader election they say oh mommy nine first go. Now I say I say for waiting. Now I say could do if you don't now. If you feel say now, you eat that beef, that raw beef, I say you eat and you swear. Though you unbalance, it left to you. I say this swear, not for next time, I make it you don't get bamba all day. Only one the way bam for vote for the candidate. I say politics don't know that thing in this country. I say Uncle Shem, I say I go, I say you they do. I say how the morning. I say, I just say, will you hear the mommy audio and video? I say, will you hear I'm the one will pull for them, flag me aspirant them. I say you body catch corner so. Now I know. I say the mommy, I say call the name the mine. I say to waiting Terry. I say names sorry I didn't begin crop. I say Wayne vet. I say Uncle Sam look the found the line mine. I say I'm not going to talk about that you boy that Bob that junior one. I say that one don't be told that walking stick. I say two now I told you for just keep company because I did the mommy say back. Change chef na strong contender na say sure. I say fly no goose. I say fumble. I say Denti, I say the money me. I say the money me. I say northern last year so we see na social media say where the Lebanese them I say them people they say then they act more then they act na net. I say thick stone act if we see them where then they bow. I say right now I ask about that case that nobody know to tell me so man they give me that Christian at top in back talk. I say let me check in the police or I go court. I say now once you go and to me own quiet time I say now you say Abraham Ase no to restaurant no more in sabi play uto. Ase picking that so they go school back. Ase it sabi camp then 3-4 days. Ase wetin dem dey do. Ase me no know. Ase no to 1. Ase no to 2. Ase bo 3 bo. Almost days. Ebo. I say I know they talk nothing. I say this is what the run now. I say I don't tell me people that say let them focus on this case because I say where people which then can about color they can ibu masibo. I say nanda to I say, and now what I say, all man, I say, now what you know by now? I say, she don't know the, I say, even Madam Secret Chef, I say, the one create 1759, I say, waiting down, I say, no get appetite now. Uncle Jack, say money no, Uncle Jack, you dey do. I said the mommy no call you them. Why? Me, na the honorable Akabo.
Well, from Wakaboti program, Good Morning Salon, they continue and now we take message. I don't say now we Facebook page. This one is say come to Smart Farm off Wilkins Road and ask for boasting the sell tramadol 225.
This one from Amadou Bayo say, is young people allowed to attend the program today and ask questions?
From Thomas Rogers, our Facebook page, you say drug abuse has become a serious problem in Sierra Leone, especially with substances like kush, tramadol, and other harmful drugs. It's destroying the lives of many young people, leaving families and communities in pain. We appreciate the efforts of the Minister of Youth and the government in tackling this crisis, but this fight is not for the government alone.
This one from Mark 10 and New England will say, Mr. Kaikai, to address the crisis of harmful drugs, urgent public awareness campaign must be launched to educate communities about the danger of drug abuse. Schools, religious institutions, and local leaders should all play a role in prevention. At the same time, government must strengthen its drug enforcement agencies, improve border security, and crack down on the importation and distribution of illegal substances.
From Mark 10, our New England Village said the fight against drugs must involve the whole community, civil society organization, treatment centers, and people who have recovered from drug use, including professionals, should all play a part. Their personal stories can help shape better plans to support children and communities who are most at risk.
This one from Lai Kondowan on Facebook page say, please try to put measures in place for those coming with it in the country. To be specific, the country border security should be tightened to have all kinds of devices to detect drug entering the country.
This last one may go take, they say we are far away of addressing the issue of drugs. I don't think the country have what it takes for people to understand the implication and impact drug abuse is causing among young people.
This one from Ishmael Sharif said, the fight against kush should be a collective one. I blame government for allowing it to enter the country, but most youth go the extra mile to get money to buy the kush. Government is not supplying it to them. You are using your own money to buy something that you have seen destroying your friends' youth in Sierra Leone, just like taking drugs. Some years ago, they have invented Pampers, water, even the kush they discovered to add human bones to it, make it more dangerous. Well, from their message, also will come over to the guest at the studio for make a response to the messages them so far we don't come out from people.
Thank you for the message that we received so far. First, I will one for tell all you and the way say messages the in the person who na Martin and no na person and the na person I will ask you now for fair way for contact them because when they talk about breaking chains, we need people them. Based on the question the way saying it looks like saying a person will get expertise or you get a lot of know-how. We will need somebody that for come on board for help with. Then also the one at Wilkins Road when they talk about the tramadol, we will check it. But again, as I talk, we all need each other. Government as a government don't try. And we will try. Like me, I can always tell people that say, all the work that I do in my life, I've been a military man, a lawyer, and I'm a politician. But this work for faith, drugs, I'm more passionate about it than any other thing I don't do in my life. Whether I get paid or not, I can always talk about. Because why? It's so important for saving the young one in. Because the young one are the future of this country. And once God give me life and well body, we will do we best for make sure say we eradicate kush and other harmful drugs in our communities there.
So apart from bringing people together for the International Day Against Drug Abuse, what again the agency and other parts are then the tool for be consistent in raising awareness on drug abuse and addiction?
We will continue outreach. As I tell you, when I listen to Professor Dr. Fodesa interview, he said talk about that. Like when Martin just talk, we just need for continue for raise awareness, go to the schools then, go to the communities then, for raise awareness, because it all starts from prevention. The one they will not touch her, let them not touch her. So we'll continue for do that one day.
So in terms of people way not be victim yet, what you also to say to them, young people, let them not be peer pressure influence, or let us not deceive them with words for say, oh it is or you sniff or drink, nothing happen to you.
So the young one, they really listen the sound of my voice. Drug, no good. It's not good today, it's not good tomorrow. It will destroy you, it will destroy your future. It also will destroy the community where you come out. It will destroy the society, they destroy countries then. So do not allow peer pressure or poor heart or any other thing. Just like people that when they drink rum, it will tell you say, well, I go drink because of I'm depressed. Well, when you drink, you wait tomorrow morning, you get for drink back. Because when it left you more depressed. So that's the same thing with drugs or all the harmful things they are, what they allow for going to a system. Not touch them. Not touch them, and not go born good picking.
So what you will conclude with, you agency and that of other parts of them in addressing drug generally, the country they do well or money they for be done for start for address them?
The country they do well, but more needs to be done. For me, we not go rest, we not go get cool heart until we eradicate kush and other harmful substances.
Okay, plenty thank you to your name, Anujaya Kaikai, in the Executive Director, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. They talk about what the agency with partner don't they do on addressing the issue of drug abuse and addiction, and also talk about the International Day Against Drug Abuse, when at today, June 26. Plenty thank you to you, sir, where you'll be with guests inside this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon.
Thank you, and thank you to Famode for listening.
Well, this edition they left you for today. Plenty thank you to DJ Sugarcane for in technical support, Fatmata Samura May Bangura, and Michael Sambola with support from Mange Mansari and Enoch Kabiawe produce this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. We will take on a through inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Me, Nasapti you Kalon, say goodbye and continue for listening to Radio Democracy.
Adeyemi Jackson, say goodbye.